What is poppin', my dudes? It's time for part 2 of our mini-series where we tackle class-specific weapons, their functions, and some tips on how to use them. If you want to stay updated with each release, consider subscribing, as it really helps the channel out. This one is for the Knuckles. Let's go. The core of the Knuckles can be summed up by a couple of things: parrying and knowing when to use your skip arts. Most of their skills cannot be cancelled, but they do make up for having some super armor, which basically means uninterruptible, and iframes in 2 of their skip arts. Before we proceed with what we meant, let's place a skill build. Honestly, you can take all of the fighter skills and still be strong. Defeat advantage only gives an increment of 1% per level in exchange for, well, enjoying the other 2 weapons. But if you want that additional 7% damage, then there's nothing wrong with that either, and PP recovery can be compensated by your subclass. Let's start talking about their weapon actions. So unlike the other fighter parries, Knuckles' weight counter can be chained with Counter Plus. Add Knuckle attack switch to the mix and you'll have a very long iframe with some decent PP regeneration. Weapon actions deal slightly bigger damage than your normal attack's 5th step, so it's really worth mastering how to parry if you're conscious about your DPS. First on the list for Photon Arts is Swift Rush. This deals medium damage but has a fast animation. Not sure if it's general knowledge for fighter mains, but there's actually a slight iframe during the second stage. However, the first half can be interrupted by enemy attacks. Both stages share a nice balance of roughly 50-50 of their skill's potency. Next we have Double Drive. It deals the lowest damage out of the 3 but is mainly used for closing the gap. The second half still has a slight iframe and deals the biggest portion of the skill's potency, 69 nice to be exact, while the first half is responsible for 31%. Lastly, we have Thousand Blows, and boy oh boy, this one is packed. First half can be interrupted, but the uppercut is basically a super armor in exchange for, well, possibly receiving damage. We recorded the damage ticks frame by frame and came to the conclusion that the first half is responsible for roughly 41% of the skill's potency, while the second half deals a nice 59% of this skill's potency. If you want to dish out damage in a short amount of time, then spamming the uppercut would be the Knuckles Julian dance. For weapons, we recommend using Troida or Catilia. The problem with Resurger is that the 15% proc does not work on weapon action and thus stops you from consistently dealing damage. But hey, if you've already invested in Resurger, then it's not the end of the world. We're still in the early game, fellas, don't worry about that. For subclasses, we highly recommend using Hunter if you're still new to parrying or if you want to play it safe. Otherwise, Force or Gunner is a great way to deal some quick damage due to the PP regeneration. That's it for now, fellas. Did we miss something? Please let us know down in the comments. And if you found this guide useful, you can support the channel by subscribing to get notified with future content. It really means a lot. And as always, peace, be nice, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.